Hey bud, Brent with Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here. So since I won't be able to do a proper delivery with you, I wanted to at least do a delivery video, kind of a walk around how-to, if you will. So I'll try to make it as brief as possible. Nobody likes going through this little process in person or on video. But so short version here. Some of these things, and I know it might be rhetorical, you probably watch YouTube videos on these vehicles, but you know, just so I can kind of say I did my job here. So just start off with the key fob here. Obviously it's simple. Unlock, lock. The number 2 here is the remote start. I'll go over that with you in a second. Of course, that's the panic. Inside here, this metal part that you see here, I'm trying to get this to focus, sorry. Right there, you can kind of see a little button. If you press that and pull out that metal piece, you do have a key inside of there. So, remote start. You make sure the vehicle's locked. Double tap this 2. It's gonna honk, beep, pause, honk, start. Now, I am gonna turn that off just by hitting the 2 again. Now, if you were getting in the vehicle after remote start, you don't need to worry about putting your foot on the brake or anything. You just tap the start button and you're rocking and rolling. So just a quick walk around here. So let's open up the back here. So obviously back here, got the fold down. These will fold up. Here's your manual, but I'm actually gonna put that in your glove box. Mats. Here you've got these storage units, okay? But something neat, you can pull this out, you can see, and you can put some ice in there. There's no drain in it, but you can still fill them up with ice and put some drinks in there. That's how I like to use mine on mine personally. In the back, you do have some USB hookups and a standard 16 volt AC. Here we have our glove box, obviously. I'm gonna put that manual in there for you. You've also got this tucked away one hidden. So let me go over to the other side and go over some stuff, more of the fun stuff, if you will. Okay, let me get it started up. Simple, you just foot on the brake, tap the button, that's all. If you were just getting in the vehicle after remote starting it, you just tap that button. You don't have to worry about putting your foot on the brake, okay? So one thing I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna kind of work from left to right. That way I've kind of got a little system going and I'm trying not to miss anything overly important. Obviously down here, we got our headlights. It's set on auto right now. You do have your pedal, raise up, lower, parking brake. Parking brake, all you do, lift up, on. You press down to turn it off. If you press down, nothing's happening. It's actually giving me indicators that I need to put my foot on the brake. So I just put my foot on the brake, I press it, and it deactivates the emergency brake. Over here, obviously these are self-explanatory. You also have your outside mirror adjustment, and this middle button right here will just fold in your mirrors is all. I'm gonna put those back. So, again, left or right. Turn signals, bright, and so on. Windshield wipers. Here you have the ability to adjust your cluster here to whatever setting you so wish. You can also customize the 4 corners here. If you want this to be the temperature and you want this to be the direction, you can customize it. And you customize it from this screen right here, okay? It's just one of those things you're gonna have to play with and kind of get used to. Obviously, green phone, answer the phone, red phone, hang up, self-explanatory. This is a voice command button. I'm gonna come back to that though, okay? Cruise control, self-explanatory. To activate the cruise control and just set it, okay? Coming on over. Obviously, we got our four-wheel drive options here. Now, if I'm preaching to the choir, you probably already know this, but this way I say I did my job. Remember, going into four auto, four high, you press them, you're rocking and rolling. Four low, if you press that, it's going to start beeping at you, giving you indications that you did not shift into neutral. So you need to be in neutral and at a very, very low speed, okay? Try to keep those, try not to do it on asphalt, that kind of thing. Be in some gravel, be in some mud, something with a little bit of slip so it can get locked in. We're coming over here to the fun part. So I have the 12-inch screen in my personal truck, and I love it. You've probably already started to get some activation emails saying, hey, congratulations and all that. So let me just kind of go through it here. Obviously, you got AM, FM radio, and you've got Sirius radio for 1 full year, okay? So if I want to preset this, it's just like any other radio. You just touch and hold, and it'll give you a little beep, and it's preset. Same if you're doing AM and FM options, okay? Moving on over. The control portion here will do your heated seats, heated steering wheel for driver's side, and heated seat for passenger side. You also have the ability to access your backup camera when you're in park or even when you're in drive. You also, say you have a tow hitch right here, all I do is hit the zoom in function. It's going to zoom in on that nice little feature. You're also seeing over on the right, these look like they're flashing. That's not what is really going on. They're solid as I look at them, but just in the camera, it looks like they're flashing. So no concerns there. I'm going to close this down. So we go over here to climate, and I can control everything from this screen here, or I can go over to these buttons here and control it. Apps. So one thing I just really want to touch base on here. I mean, this is something you're going to have to play with a little bit, like Travel Link. I kind of like this because I can see what fuel prices are next to me. I can check the scores of games. If I want to go to MLB, teams, I can pick from there. Kind of neat little feature. If I want to see what the weather's looking like. So, but let me go back here. I'm sorry. Kind of diverting a little bit. So I want to go into the settings portion here, okay? So in this settings, you can control a lot of the vehicle's activities. So for example, display. If I want to change the theme of this, if I want it to be blue, for instance, or if I want it to be red again, you can just control it from there, okay? That's going to also be your brightness and so on. So something else I want to talk about. If you go over here, you got your parking sensors, okay? If you want the sensitivity to be to a certain setting. Tire, we're going to go on and leave that on, okay? I'm going to come back to the parking sensors, though, here in a minute, okay? But as for this, it's just really just one of those things you just got to play with. Get it to the setting that you want it to be. Navigation, this is self-explanatory, obviously. I just tap here, and I type in where I want to go. Easy peasy. Now, something I do want to point out in this, because I've had a few people hit the button and not realize it, and they kind of got frustrated. So I'm going to go into the nav settings here. This has a speed limit warning, okay? So if I go to speed limit, and then I can warn only when over, and basically I can set it. Like, for example, on my vehicle, I have the vehicle set up to give me warnings if I go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. Obviously, a lot of people don't like this, and they mistakenly turn it on, which obviously you can see right now it's, no warning. So something to think about. People accidentally turn it on all the time. No big deal. You just go into the settings of the navigation screen, okay? Phone hookup, this is going to be self-explanatory again. If you have Android, just go to your Bluetooth settings, hit yes, and it's going to be Uconnect, and it'll pop up in the very bottom. iPhone, same thing. You just go to your Bluetooth and go to the Uconnect option, and it'll pop right up. So another one of the things I want to talk about is the Apple and Android Auto. I'm not sure if you're an Apple person or an Android person, but either way, if you plug your phone into one of these USB ports here, you're now going to display your phone on this screen. I'm a big fan of it. One thing I really like is I try not to text and drive, but I seem to get a lot of text when I'm driving. But it's no big deal. It's going to pop up on the screen, and I just tap it, and it's actually going to physically read the text message to me. Wife says, "What are you doing right now?" You know, that kind of thing. Real simple. You just tap that, it'll read it, and then it'll ask you if you want to reply. And you reply to the message, and it'll send it. You never have to touch your phone. A lot of people don't like the navigation on these, or just factory navigation in vehicles in general. So one good thing is whatever navigation program you're using on your phone, Google Maps, Waze, whatever, you can actually just use it over on the other side with your phone being plugged in. Sorry. Nice little feature. So I do want to go back now to this button, this voice command button, okay? If I press it once and let go, I can give it voice commands. Hey, listen to Elvis Radio, listen to 94.1. Hey, call such and such, and so on, okay? Now, if I press and hold it, I then have Hey Google or Hey Siri. So, really nice feature. Again, just play with it, get used to it, okay? Now, coming over here. Obviously, we got traction control, tow haul. Try not to be using this, though, unless you really need it. Being in Colorado, you might have some mountains in it, you know, as opposed to here. I've never really needed it for my vehicle, but you might. Parking sensors, front and rear. Simple. If you just want these things on or off, you just hit the toggle. It's going to light up indicating that it is off, and I'm going to turn it back on. Now, if I come over here to this screen, if I toggle it, again, it's going to show off and then back on. And for the parking sensors, you know, of course, that's going to handle your beep beeps and so on, backing up. So still moving forward here. Nice compartment here. You do have a standard household plug here. Another USB port. Open up. More room. Your window sticker, we're going to leave it in there for you. So moving on up. So right here, let's kind of go over a couple things here, okay? So assist. If you ever have an issue with this 12-inch screen or the app that I'm going to tell you about here in a minute, I want you to hit this button, and you're going to actually physically talk to a real human being. You can also call me, ask me any questions you want, get a hold of Jeff, whatever you need. Obviously, SOS, self-explanatory, right? This here is going to operate your back window, and I'm going to turn it back there so you can see. Open and close. Super easy. Now, I want to talk about the app that you're going to download. Be it Apple or Android, you're going to download an app called Uconnect. And in that app, you're going to set it up, and you're going to have the ability to, you're going to have to create a PIN. But then you'll have the ability to remote start your vehicle from your phone. Let's say you, for example, I'm going to Las Vegas at the end of the month, and let's say, oh man, did I remember to lock my truck? I send my vehicle a signal from my phone, and it ensures that the vehicle's locked. It'll also show the location of the vehicle. Nice little feature. Obviously, your garage door openers right here. So I feel like I've probably jumped around a little bit, unfortunately. Oh, do want to touch base on something here. I'm sorry. So I love the 12-inch screen, but in a sense, I don't like how large it is as far as things here. So what I like, what makes me love the screen is the ability to split the screen. Now, how do we split the screen? Simple. I just hit this home button. And now, let me close those, and you're going to get some options here. And I can pick what I want here, and I can pick what I want there. Let's say I want my phone settings here, and I want my comfort control settings here. That's why I really like this screen, the ability to have the options. Now, if I ever want to get out of this screen, all I need to do is hit any one of my favorite buttons down here, or again, just tap the home screen and I'm out of it. Something here, you can customize this too. So let's say you're going to be using your heated seat on the driver's side a lot, okay? And you want it to be right there handy. So I just touch and drag, okay? And it's just like a phone. I put it wherever I want. I can put it all the way down here on the bottom, wherever I want, okay? But bud, I hope this wasn't too boring. I just want to make sure to do a little bit, since I couldn't really do a delivery, and you're going to get a survey saying, how did I do during the delivery? And I want you to be able to answer it honestly. So I'm going to give you my cell phone number right here, and it's 816-645-2490. Feel free to shoot me a text, give me a call. Anything you need, feel free to get a hold of Jeff. We'd be happy to answer any questions that might come up. But I'm going to go on and log this out. Hopefully it wasn't too boring.